Right now, across Madhya Pradesh, the prospect of 10,000 new vacancies in the state police force is looming on the horizon. For the thousands of candidates preparing for the exam, these open slots represent a rare window for long-term economic stability and civic honor. Mobilizing and evaluating candidates to fill ranks of this size requires a massive institutional effort. Filling 10,000 empty uniforms means filtering through hundreds of thousands of applicants, creating a highly volatile environment where a single exam determines generations of economic mobility. But lately, a disruption has hit this candidate ecosystem. Unverified reports are rapidly spreading that a new, separate recruitment board will be established exclusively for the police. This has triggered immediate panic. The prevailing fear is that a brand new board will instantly throw out the existing exam pattern. Candidates who have spent the last 2 years memorizing the current syllabus are suddenly terrified that their accumulated knowledge has zero value. The absence of an official state notification leaves a vacuum, and in that growing vacuum, candidates are entirely pausing their daily study routines to endlessly debate unverified news clips. In any highly competitive selection process, a difficult syllabus acts as a filter, but unchecked internal panic halts momentum entirely, doing far more damage to a final score than the hardest exam question ever could. To navigate this, we have to separate informal discussions from official state policy. Right now, there is absolutely no final legal declaration that a new board is taking over the upcoming exam. Even if the state government intends to create a new governing body, it must pass through deep layers of administrative procedure. Establishing a separate board requires drafting new bylaws, pushing them through interdepartmental reviews, and securing executive sign-offs at multiple levels. This physical, institutional machinery moves deliberately. It is designed to be slow and methodical. Because of this required timeline, the idea that the state could execute an overnight radical shift to the exam structure weeks before a major recruitment drive defies both legal procedure and historical precedent. We also need to look at the fixed realities of the job itself. Evaluating a candidate's readiness for law enforcement relies on 4 specific intellectual pillars: mathematics, reasoning, general knowledge, and general Hindi. These subjects are completely independent of whoever administers the test. They provide universal metrics to measure memory, logic, and communication skills under pressure. Whichever agency eventually prints the physical exam paper has no incentive to invent an entirely new method for testing basic human aptitude. Building high proficiency in these 4 core subjects protects you against any minor adjustments the state might make to the question format or weighting. The administrative logo stamped on the front page of the booklet may change, but the intellectual criteria required to pass the test is permanently locked in. In high-stakes testing, every element falls into one of 2 categories: variables you can control and variables you cannot. Dedicating hours of mental energy to predicting state administrative decisions drains the exact cognitive bandwidth needed to master complex reasoning problems. The mathematical solution to this problem is strict isolation. You cut off all engagement with unverified rumors and only adjust your strategy when a verified official notification is published by the state. The capacity to ruthlessly block out external noise and focus entirely on the verified syllabus is the first actual assessment of your mental endurance. The candidate who secures a uniform at the end of this cycle is the one operating in total silence right now. A deep, ingrained understanding of mathematics and logic acts as your primary defense against any sudden institutional surprises. While half the applicant pool paralyzes itself debating news clips, consistent daily progression through the core material creates an insurmountable lead. Proper preparation applied consistently over time is the single mechanism that guarantees a passing score, regardless of which board signs the final document.